You know, I've pretty much always been an Apple guy. I've got all the stuff. I've got iPhone, iPad, iWatch, everything else. I've never owned an Android device. Although the neighborhood that I live in, there are a lot of older folks that do have Android devices, and I'm sort of their default tech guy, so I'm familiar with them. Just for whatever reason, I've never gotten one. Well, price-wise, this is one you want to take a look at. It's got a lot of features. Comes from OUKITEL, the OT8 Smart Tablet. Welcome back, I'm Tony, and you know, nowadays you gotta have a tablet, right? I mean, a lot of people don't even have computers anymore, they just have their tablet. You can do a lot of stuff with these tablets, but they can also be quite pricey. Well, this one from OUKITEL, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce their name. This one comes in at $299, yeah, under 300 bucks. And right now it's on a pre-order. The first 200 customers also get a smartwatch. It's well, it doesn't say which one it is on the website, it just says smartwatch for the first 200 orders. And that's coming in at $179.99. So if you've been waiting to buy a tablet, or if your tablet has just gotten really old and you're like, dude, I gotta get something, you know, a lot of times these applications will require a newer tablet or a newer operating system. Sometimes you just can't update yours. $179.99 is a great deal if the tablet's any good. So let's check it out. I'm gonna show you what's inside the box. We'll go over the website and the specs, and we'll show you what it's all about. Okay, like I said, it's 40% off right now on pre-order. It's the OUKITEL OT8 Smart Tablet, 11-inch, 2K display, TUV SUD certified. Not exactly sure how you say that, but we'll explain what that is in a minute. 8,800 milliamp hour big battery with stylus. 6 plus 255 gigabytes. This is an interesting note though. It says this unit is compatible with 4G networks in all other countries except for the US, Canada, and Mexico. You know, I rarely use cellular service when I'm using a tablet. It's just, you know, either I'm gonna use my cell phone service with the tablet or I'm gonna use Wi-Fi. So I'm not really all that concerned about it, but that's something to keep in mind. Again, $179. 11-inch 2K display. It's really light and slim, and face unlock. Now, face unlock on this, it works, just that sometimes it says no face detected or something like that, but eventually it works, you know? I mean, sometimes I just go ahead and swipe up and I'm about to put my password in, and then it finally registers a face. But yeah, it does have face detection. Resolution of 1200 by 1920, providing enhanced clarity and detail when enjoying content. Yeah, so if you're watching a movie or a YouTube video or something like that, you're still going to get very, very good quality out of this, and I can attest that the screen is nice and crisp. Feather light and wafer thin, it's just 515 grams, and they're saying ultra thin at 7.8 millimeters. Sure, maybe for other Android devices. They have 3 vivid colors. There's a gray, a purple, and a green. And that TUV SUD thing, it's eye-friendly screen, so it's certified by TUV SUD. It effectively filters harmful blue light to reduce eye strain and fatigue. It's especially beneficial for protecting children's eyes. Because yeah, these things are default babysitters these days, so you want to protect their eyes. Widevine L1 supported with the highest security standard, allowing you to enjoy 1080p full HD streaming of protected videos and movies from Disney+, Hulu, Amazon, Prime Video, and more. Not something I ever really thought about, but good. I'm glad that they have a lot of security on here. Split screen available. You can take advantage of its split screen function to work seamlessly between apps and improve your productivity. And they've got the useful stylus pen. And I gotta say, this stylus pen works really good. If you had an Apple device and you wanted to get an Apple Pencil, that's over 100 bucks. And those quad speaker boxes give you a really nice sound field. I really enjoy that. Now, some of them don't even have a headphone jack on them anymore. This does have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, so that's great because you're always going to be able to plug your headphones in. There is an 8 megapixel front camera, which is what is used for the face unlock, and then a 13 megapixel rear camera. Processor in this is an octa-core processor. It has 256 gigabytes of space, but you also have a dual SIM card slot. You can either have 2 nano SIM cards equipped on board or have a nano SIM card and a micro SD card so you can expand your memory. And an upgraded protective cover. I'm going to tell you, this is probably one of the best cases that I've experienced for a tablet. I like this case a lot. I mean, that's one of the things that I like the most. So I wanted to see how well this thing does video, and I wanted to do it while I was walking to see if there's any kind of stabilization. So this is what that video footage looked like. It's, you know, it's good, but then again, I'm not always using a tablet to shoot video, you know what I mean? For most cases, that's going to be fine if you're using your tablet. And a couple pictures that I took with it, which look pretty darn good. And again, you're probably not using your tablet as your main camera. So let's have a quick up close look at it. So the case on this thing, man, it is a winner. I really, really like the case that's on it. They've done a fantastic job with that. It's got silicone that's kind of like a harder silicone all the way around. Not sure what that little divot is right there. The only thing that this doesn't have is a place for your stylus to go, because it does come with that stylus, which, by the way, this end is a ballpoint pen, and then this end, and I really like that the stylus has that little disc on there. Let's do this, turn it on. Now I do have the face recognition turned on here. Let's see if it works. No face, oh, there we go, it worked. So it does have face recognition, but yeah, the way that this thing works, it just always sits in the right place. Not only that, with the ring around it, it helps you to be able to see what you are actually doing. Now, one thing this does really, really well is audio. It's got 4 speakers on it, so there's 2 there and 2 there. And compared to my iPad, there's games that I have on there like Plants vs. Zombies, and I love to play that game, but the audio just sounds way better on this, so that's a nice big plus. Again, not being super familiar with Android itself, you know, I've put some apps on here. What I'm using this thing for is testing out apps like the Spark app for my Spark amp for the guitar, or Chaos Audio, or heck, even Plants vs. Zombies, one of the games that I really like to play, seeing how the apps actually compare between the 2 different devices. And not only that, like this right here, this BAT BMS, I use that to diagnose one of my electric skateboards. And of course, there's also a VESC app that I could use to diagnose the brain of my electric skateboards and stuff. So I will have some specific use cases for this. Kept the first page of it really clean. Then we've got those apps here, and these were already on here. So there was a bunch of apps that were already on it. The power button is right there. Your up and down volume buttons are right there. There's a microphone right there. Another set of speakers down here, your USB-C and a headphone jack, which you don't see that on a lot of tablets these days. And then you've got your SIM drawer right there, and that's a dual SIM drawer, which you can use for either 2 SIMs, or you could put in a nano SD card and expand your memory on the device. It works great, maybe not quite as zippy as my iPad Pro. Let's open up Plants vs. Zombies. You can see that the graphics on here are quite very nice. And the audio, man, that playing this game on here, it makes a lot of difference. Well, I guess I didn't need to go through every single little thing on there. I just wanted you to see how good the graphics look on here. Yeah. You know, I review a lot of electric skateboards and scooters and bikes and stuff, and some of them have apps. Now this right here is a DIY electric skateboard, a custom build, and this thing has some really smart stuff in it. Well, luckily there's also an app for that. So let's go ahead and do this, see if it gets my face detection. So let's do this. Oh, got my face, okay. Well, we got the camera on from the last time, but here, right here, this BAT BMS. I'm gonna open that up. And that is the device right there. The battery's at 40%, and I can check all of the different stats for the battery. And there's other apps that I can use to test these things with. So having this device, it's a good thing for me to have something that's dedicated to that, and I'll be able to play around with it. And yeah, for me, with all these different things that I have that have apps that control them, you know, skateboards and everything else, it's nice to have an Android system now that I can go and test those apps to see, you know, maybe I'm having a glitch with the one on Apple, and let me see how it does on Android. This is nice. And again, 179 bucks on pre-sale. That means it's affordable, and it's something that you'll actually use. So that's the OUKITEL OT8 Smart Tablet, and it's a nice tablet, 11-inch. The screen, it's more of a widescreen screen than you see on some other tablets. You know what I mean? It looks widescreen when you look at it. Videos look great on it. Movies look great on it. It functions really nicely, and not having a lot of experience on Android devices, You know, I don't know if this is zippy or not. It's not quite as zippy as an iPad, but then again, it's also not $1,000. My verdict is that if I was looking for an Android tablet, I would most definitely consider this one from OUKITEL. I want to thank you so much for your support here on the channel. Likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, always very important to my channel. So if you like what you see, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, there's a red subscribe button down there and a notification bell. Click both of those. You'll get notifications when I upload new videos. This channel's been around since 2013, and I have you to thank for your support. It's just, you're amazing, and I really, really do appreciate you. Not inexpensive to run these channels, so if you're so inclined, I do have a thanks button down below this video. You can click that, send a couple bucks my way. It'll definitely help out. Well, that's gonna do it for this episode. We'll catch you next time on the Vapor Trail channel.